Guys, welcome back to this channel. Today we will analyze 6 charts with the Atmakaraka in the first house. And these will be the charts with the exaltation, 2 exaltations, 1 debilitation, Karaka. We will have Jupiter Atmakaraka in the first house. These will be the charts of 2 conservative guys. We will have 1 crazy extreme right, 1 leftist, businessman and the writer. We'll try to derive the common pattern of all this analysis. But before that, let us make a few things clear. Yesterday on the course we were discussing how the Atmakaraka level, it adds the whole another nuance to the whole chart analysis. And on the Jaimini course we have the whole year dedicated to the jumping between various levels of the chart analysis in the context of Raja Yoga. And in the Parashara course we are also learning about the position of Atmakaraka in the Rashi and Navamsha. So let us start with some foundation. Charakaraka is another system of representation of symbolism related to people around us, and this is based on the degrees of planets in the sign. Just like spouse is seen by the Venus on the karaka level, by the 7th lord on the lordship level, this is also seen by the Darakaraka, which is the planet with the lowest degree in the Charakaraka scheme. And the planet with the highest degree is called the Atmakaraka, and this is showing the self. So to be completely precise, the Charakaraka doesn't show this people, but it's the part of ourself and the deep experience and the interaction with those people presented by Charakaraka. It's the part of the self trying to establish the interaction with those people, and even the Atmakaraka is also the experience of self in this world. The Charakaraka is kind of a veil or the color which is imposed on the soul. So in this way the sun would be the paramatma and the Charakaraka would be the jiva or the individual atma. So therefore it is better to define this as a spirit, something which is between the soul and the mind, than the pure white soul without any covering. Now the Atmakaraka, the planet with the highest degrees. By the way, for Rahu we are counting reverse. This planet will show the most important lesson in this life, and also what seems very important, which areas, which aspects will play very essential and significant role in our life. So for example, if you have Atmakaraka in the 10th house, then it means that the work will play center role in our life. This is like a work as a god. Atmakaraka is very much important when we interpret the Raja Yoga both as a spiritual path. Atmakaraka plays important role in spirituality, but also for Raja Yoga in context of material success, it denotes the king in the chart. And when it comes to points in the chart, the Atmakaraka in the Rashi, it's called the Karaka Lagna, and Atmakaraka in the Navamsha is called Karakamsha. And we will be analyzing the first house, so it's also important to know what rishis were thinking about the first house. And when we read Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra, it is showing the Deha, which is the body, the Rupa, which is the form, and Jnana, which is the knowledge. It also shows the Varna, which is the class, Bala and Abala, which are strength and weaknesses, Dukkha and Sukha, which is suffering and happiness, and also Svabhava, which is the own nature. The lordship of Lagna may show who will influence our image or reputation. For example, if we have 7 lord in the Lagna, then the spouse may be the source of our reputation, good or bad, like in the case of clericoms. And when it comes to nature, for example, if you have big influence of Rahu in your chart, then you may love very much animals. Jupiter is for humans. So for example, in the chart of vegan James Cromwell, we see that he is Rahu loading the Lagna and having very good position in the chart. So let us do the first chart. Gerald Mulius, we were doing that chart yesterday on the Vedic course. And here, this is very interesting. We have Saturn Mars. This is often giving the yoga for property. The 10th lord is Saturn in that Mahapurusha Sasha yoga. So this is very strong yoga. And the aspect on the Mars. So we have the Saturn Mars involving the 4th house of property. So both lords and the Karaka are agreeing to give you the blessing of property. And furthermore, we have the Sun exalted Atmakaraka 5th lord, which is showing people in the work. very strong sun with Mercury. Also fifth lord with the sixth lord. This is the Sankhya Yoga. So these people are creating something new. They are founders or trendsetters. And here the sun is marking something new. Because we have the sun and Atmakaraka and the Sankhya Yoga, which is showing something new, this person also was innovative in his way of creating his supermarket line, and this was Auchan. And in this chart we have this Sankhya Yoga related to Atmakaraka in the Lagna. So he found out that selling for less would sell him more. That was quite innovative. He started that with whiskey, and then he spread it out to the other articles. And also he resigned from the help of the banks, but instead he started with his own family association. He had a big family. You can see the second lord, Venus and Moon exaltation. The rules he implied, he learned that also in the US in the 1950s. You can see the 12th house is playing here also very important role. And this is how this Atmakaraka was very much showing that the Sankhya Yoga of fifth lord, describing the people power. So we could say that this new original ways with dealing with that supermarkets and his own initiative was very important part of his life, and therefore this Atmakaraka exalted related to the Sankhya Yoga showing something new were very visible in his life. Hey guys, if you like this video so far, please don't forget to click the thumbs up. You are really helping me with this algorithm to make this video more visible on this platform. If you'd like to see similar videos in the future, then subscribe with the bell notification on, and then you will not miss any future videos. And we are publishing here once or twice a week. So if you want to master this beautiful branch of knowledge, the Jyotisha, then you are definitely in the right place. And now let's go back to the video. We have another chart. This person's family was fleeing whilst the Russian Revolution in 1917 was going on. So we see that the situation, which is shown by the Avasta, by debilitation of both Sun Atmakaraka and Lagna Lord Venus in 12th house. So first to Istanbul and then to Spain, and finally they arrived in the France as a family. This was also very much related to their identity, and this fleeing, this dispositor of the Atmakaraka in the 12th house, this marked definitely a very big important thing in his life. We can see the other yogas here. We have Jupiter Mercury in the second house, bringing that intellectual acumen for this person, and the influence on the Aruda Lagna, which shows that he will really belong to the academical sector. But nevertheless, this whole traveling and this fleeing in those very negative circumstances played a very big role as an event in his life. And also here what is very important and proving the point is that even when he was living in France, although he was writing in French, publishing in this language, he also wrote many biographies in the Russian language. So still that identity thing was very much present as maybe a conflict in his life. Now we have this extremely bad example here of person with the Jupiter Atmakaraka in the Lagna. Now this may become quite extreme because Atmakaraka in Lagna can show person who is feeling he is the god, and with Jupiter Atmakaraka this may become even more extreme because people with Jupiter Atmakaraka, they may have this prophetic characteristics. They may think that they are special, they have some special knowledge to deliver, they have some mission, and so on. So if other parts of the chart, especially those showing your mental health and your empathy, here we could see that dispositor of the moon, the seventh lord, not well placed. Therefore, this may provoke this extreme now channelizing of this so-called godly mission he is coming to deliver. So this unfortunate soul here was taking a role of the leader of American Nazi Party. So very extreme case, and you can see how this also Sun and Rahu with Lagna Lord and with the Shubhapati, how they played quite mixed role when it comes to his setting the ethical role or stance or views he will have on other people and other cultures and so on. And now to make it good balance, we have more left-leaning person who was a philosopher into atheism and hedonism, And in this chart, we have also Atmakaraka in the first house, but the Lagna Lord is Jupiter, Mercury in the 12th house in that Scorpio. So as Atmakaraka dispositor in the Dushtana, it is making the person spiritual. And we see that this intellectual yoga now will influence his work because it has to do with 10th from the moon and Aruda Lagna, two most important points when we want to address the diagnosis of one's career life. So this person was more into the spiritual thing. This is very interesting because he was motivation and bringing the, we could say, the light of knowledge, inspiration for others. But this light of Atmakaraka was more as in the form of knowledge because of that beautiful Jupiter Mercury, the Bhagavad Gita yoga in the 12th house. We can also see how the 10th from the moon is influenced by the nodes in the Navamsha because it's with the Ketu and in the Rahu sign in the Navamsha. So we have a lot of these Jupiter nodes, definitely someone who will be into philosophy and such similar branches of knowledge. Now we have Rush Limbaugh. He is the conservative writer and also a news person. He was very popular and well known. We can see that huge Raja Yoga with the Mars exalted in the Lagna, which is including two big yogas. Simhasana, 10th Lord in the Lagna, showing a person will have very big impact, big influence, and also 4th with the 5th Lord. This is also kind of Raja Yoga, bringing a specific effects here, specific impact, which was very visible. We could also say that this Mars could make him more into conservative wave, and Venus connected to the 5th house is also giving that patriotic feeling. Also there's a Viparita Raja Yoga, the 6th Lord with the 8th Lord in the 12th house. And now we have Andrew Braidboard, the last chart from Panchanga view. Very interesting chart because all the Vara, the day in which one was born, the Titi, the lunar day, Nakshatra and Karana, they are all lorded by the same Saturn, and this is the Atmakaraka in the Marana-Karakastana. This may not be so good, especially here. The ascendant may show also the life of the person or the health. The 8th Lord is a Venus and is showing longevity. So the Saturn and Rahu in the Lagna are definitely, on one hand, the Saturn may increase the longevity, but Saturn with the Rahu may in fact show some of affliction. We know from his biography that he was adopted. This Lagna Lord in the 7th may show also some form of leaving the original place. So the symbolism here may be manifested in such a way. So we have here 10th Lord in the 7th house, which may show being involved in debates, especially when Jupiter and Mercury are in the Trikona to Navamsha, and also involving the 7th Lord in the Dashamsa, his work, his own business, and so on. So we have these skills related to that, but also this not so good position of Atmakaraka in the Lagna with the 8th Lord of longevity. So the Saturn Rahu may show that this health or also maybe identity, because he was very much conservative. So this birthplace and everything is related to the ascendant, to the Lagna, they will also play the role. Okay guys, so that's gonna be it for today. I hope you found this 6 examples with Atmakaraka in the Lagna giving you some pattern when soul mission, the lesson and attachment are definitely related to the signification of the first house. So all those mothers will play a very important role for the person. And if you like this video, please don't forget to click the thumbs up. It really makes a difference. And if you would like to see similar videos in the future, then please subscribe with the bell notification on. And thanks for being here on this channel and watching till the end. If you have any comments, I'm always love to read them, so feel free to write, and see you in the next one.